Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you know, I love spending a lot of time trying different team compositions in both PvE and PvP, and in this video I want to show you an original team I found and it's pretty fun to play. In the future I'm going to replace Pauline by another hero, okay? Consider that Pauline is not in the team. In fact, you just need to have some heroes that passively gives attribute buffs at the beginning of the wave for the turn meta of Daisy, and so you are gonna see that she can play before Popper. Then you are gonna it's a matter of stats on her. You are gonna need to have high offensive stats so you can one-shot enemies in front of you, and this is pretty fun. The hero I want instead of Pauline is Iguli, but unfortunately I didn't save any copy of her, so in the future if I get some, I'm gonna save her, and so I'm gonna use her in my team. But for now, this is what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go into the details, but before I have to talk about AhkTaar quickly, it's gonna be really fast. So here already talked about that multiple times. Remember that the 22nd of January you are gonna have 5% more cashback, and between the January 12th to January 19th, my promo code AhkTaar is gonna be available, active. It's not active yet, so don't try to enter it in your Appcoins wallet. It's not gonna work, okay? So AhkTaar between the 12th and the 19th of January, you are gonna get 5% more cashback. So basically, you just have to go on your emulator, your Appcoins wallet. Here is the main screen. Click on rewards to the left, to the right, and click on that icon here, promo code. And if I push myself to the right, you are just gonna have to type AhkTaar, press enter, and normally it should be green and say that it's okay. But tomorrow, it's gonna be active tomorrow, so it's not gonna work today. If you have any question about AhkTaar, feel free to ask in the comments or directly on Discord. My ID Discord is on the description of my video. If you want to know how to install it, also you have a video link in the description, so feel free to ask if you have any question about it. So we are back into the game. I might lose the fight, okay, but I'm still lacking some stats on my Daisy, and you are gonna see that it is really interesting. Look at the team you have in front of me, okay? There is a Popper, so normally Popper plays first. You have Pauline, he's gonna put some buffs on enemies. You have that guy who's gonna proc a damage immunity and give some turn meta to that new limited hero who is gonna one-shot my team, and MG3 who protects the team in front of me and deals a lot of damage. So it's gonna be super difficult to beat that team, right? And if you want to know, this is one of the top Krakens in the game. This is only banned, so previously it was the account of Bios Killer. So yeah, I'm gonna use that team. I have Seth, he is giving to my heroes a tenacity buff at the beginning of the wave. I have Elsa giving me a consolidation 2. This is another kind of attribute buff. I have Pauline, exclusive 1 and more, giving me a resistance buff at the beginning of the wave. So at the beginning, in fact, I have 3 attribute buffs on my Daisy, so she can get a huge amount of turn meta increase at the beginning, which is really interesting. And you have other teams you can use with her thanks to this combo, but this is going to be the goal of another video. She is really nice in some specific teams in PvP. And finally, Lydia. Yes, there is a limited hero in the team because it's gonna be super hard to beat this kind of team in front of you if you don't have at least one limited hero, or you are gonna need a ton of exclusives on heroes. Here, in fact, yeah, if you want to use Elsa, you need the exclusive 2. If you want Pauline, you need the exclusive 1, and you need no exclusive at all, if I remember, or maybe the 1 or the 2 on Seth. So in terms of exclusives, it's acceptable. Otherwise, you would have to use another Popper, steal your Lydia to reduce the turn meta of Popper using the basic attack. But here it's a kind of auto team. So you know what? Let's run the fight and let's see what happens. So look at the turn meta of Daisy. Turn meta increase, and she's gonna play. Look at that. Compare with Popper's turn meta. This is pretty funny, right? So I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna increase the turn meta of my Daisy because she's gonna get an attack buff. So let's do it. She can play and Popper is only at the beginning of his turn. Pretty interesting. So now two solutions. You are using that skill, you are gonna get some extra turn meter, maybe that amount. But Popper is gonna play before you, so you are gonna lack a bit of turn meter or of speed on your Daisy. So I'm gonna use directly the ultimate, and let's check how much damage I can do with that. I one-shotted 2 heroes. Pretty strong for an epic hero, right? So now I can cleanse myself. This is why Pauline is interesting. But I'm gonna be in danger because there is still NG3 here, and she is gonna remove my buffs and deal a lot of damage to me. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna get some more turn meter and some buffs on me. I'm gonna try to deal some damage to Pauline. Yeah, the basic attack is not that great. So he's healing everyone. I'm gonna use a basic attack. Give a shield. I think this is... No, it's a turn meter increase, and yeah. I'm gonna give an extra shield, or should I use that skill first? Yeah, I'm gonna use the shield. She might remove the shield right now. Okay, I'm still alive for now. At least for now. Let's use that so I can increase her turn meter again. Remove some buffs, but I'm gonna take some hits now. Turn meter increase. I'm gonna wait until she loses some buffs before using my ultimate. Okay, I heal a bit my heroes. No, I'm taking too much damage. It's not gonna work. She was almost dead. She was almost dead. And technically, if I had Iguli at the beginning of the wave, my Daisy would have had a 60% more crit damage. And so 60% is a lot. So probably I would have been able to kill them, to one-shot both Pauline and NG3. But now I can't win the fight. Oh, this is sad. I wish I had a copy of Iguli. I'm gonna summon tomorrow and try to get her. So if I get a copy, I'm gonna build her and show you again the team. It might do huge damage to enemies, and save Pauline, so you can put a Pauline in another team in Advanced Arena. It can be really interesting. So let me show you the stats of my units now. This is my Elsa, 2 speed sets. She has, in fact, a lot of speed, and that's pretty all. Then defensive stats. In the future, I can build her with some effect resistance, so probably she can resist some debuffs and it can help. So she has that echo. I'm taking less crits on my units. Oh, it can be interesting if I had more stars on that one. I would take even less crits. Have to think about it in the future. So I have no aura at all on her and no blessing at all on her. In terms of emblems, I'm using that on her, so the goal is going to be to have the cooldown reduction and more speed. Also, it helps to have that one, more HP, so stronger shields and stronger heals. Okay, for my Elsa, this is my set. I have 2 speed sets. Some decent amount of HP, so the shield is gonna be strong. I have a decent amount of speed. It could be way better than that, and that's pretty all I have on him. In fact, I could also increase his resistance. It can help, I think, for PvP. I'm using this echo, 1 star only, so it doesn't help me at all. I have no aura, and I'm using those blessings on him. Same, almost the same as on Elsa. Okay, then I'm gonna show you my Daisy directly. I have the gear that I have on my Melchior normally. So she has the new set here and a basic attack set. I have 55k, 56k attack on her, a low speed. I have 100% crit rate, 270% crit damage. She has not that much attack and crit rate, crit damage, because she is a support hero and not a damage dealer, so it's a bit harder to get some stats on her. I'm using this echo, so she has more attack. In fact, you can replace it, you can use that one instead. She's gonna have more crit rate and crit damage during the run. It can be interesting to use that one instead. In terms of aura, she has only a blue aura 0 star, so yeah, it can be way better than that in the future. So I might be able to one-shot the team in front of me. And I'm using 2 blessings to increase my crit rate. 2 great blessings. 12% on that one and 7% on that one. So I have 20% more crit rate thanks to the blessings only. This is really, really strong. And I have those emblems on her. So she has a bit more resistance, but in fact it doesn't really matter. The goal is going to be to have everything to increase her direct damage to the left. Then where is my Lydia? Lydia. She's here. 2 speed sets, she has 48k attack, 2570 speed, interesting, almost 100% crit rate, 276% crit damage. She has that echo to increase a bit my attack. But it doesn't work on the first turn, though it works after the fourth turn during the wave of the owner, so it doesn't help me that much. I'm using that aura, so it's a combat vanguard 5 stars, increasing the damage of my Daisy by a lot, and it's a great one. No blessing on my Lydia, and I have those emblems on my Lydia. And finally my Pauline, where is he? This is what I have on my Pauline, 1800 speed. I'm using a tough set and a healing set, so the goal is going to be slow with him, so he can get a lot of turn meta at the beginning of the wave. If he is slower than enemies, you need more than 150% resistance, so if they want to reduce your resistance, you still have more than 100. This is important. I'm using one more time that echo. I'm using this echo on most of the heroes in the team here because I'm using them in the Wuthering Coast, and it's really important to use that echo. I have no aura at all on my Pauline and no blessing, and I'm using those emblems on my Pauline. So yeah. One last thing before ending the video, because we had an update today, and now in the trading house they fixed the issue where players were abusing the system. They were rerolling using another account until they were level 30, and then they were acquiring some mythic echoes, some mythic blessings, and setting the price, a broken price here. So on their main account, they could buy it directly, and using that system, some of them were able to get many speed blessings, and so now it's not possible anymore, because if you have a look to the stock here, when you want to sell a mythic, when you want to sell a blessing, the minimum price you can put is 3000 for a mythic rank A. Then it's gonna depend on the rank and the rarity of your blessing, but you cannot put a really low price. So you can't abuse the system anymore. Sad for the players who didn't know that they could do that with alt accounts. Some players abuse the system, and now they are way stronger than others. It's a bit sad, but this is the game. So, and you can also see how many players or currently have a bid on that on each one. Here you have 27 players who wants that one. Here 15, etc. It's interesting. It's interesting. So we don't have many things on the patch notes, so this is why I didn't made any video. And also remember that tomorrow we are gonna have the double the legend, so I'm gonna summon 200 excellent wishes, so I'm gonna reach that chest, and I'm gonna take the last copy of Bull missing to get the exclusive 3, and so I'm gonna be able to progress in the faction abyss and maybe get my AhkTaar exclusive 4. Once you get that chest, you don't have any other chest, okay? This is the only one, so you get it once and for all. So that was all for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Have a nice day, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.